Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're back with another snapshot. This is snapshot 25W44A, and it has some new features for Mounts of Mayhem. Now, there are two new features in this update, and for them, we have to head to the desert. Now, you may be wondering, why do we need to head to the desert? The new features can spawn here, but before we cover that, Minecraft have made a change to how chunks are loaded. You can see right here, the world is gradually fading in rather than just all appearing and lagging your game. I just wanted to show this because if I quickly just fly up, you can see the chunks are slowly fading in rather than just appearing when you teleport. And then now, upon going, you can see it generates a lot nicer than before. But I'll cover a bit more about that in a second. I know why you guys are here. You guys are here for the new features, so let's quickly cover them. Now, we obviously have the Husk in the game. Well, alongside the Husk, we now have the Camel Husk. This is what the Camel Husk looks like. These sounds are really cool, and I love the model of it. It seems to be just like a camel, but a lot darker. It's a shame it don't have sand patches on it like the Husk does. Now, the Camel Husk pretty much works just like the normal one. I don't know why I'm sitting on it on the side. That is a bug, I'm guessing. But yes, it works pretty much like the normal camel. So if I equip the saddle onto it, you can see the saddle texture. I can then jump on it. I'm now riding it normally. I don't know what happened there. You can see I can also ride it. I can sprint with it, and I can also dash with it. So there's no functional difference upon riding. But there are some functional differences. For example, this camel will be hostile if a hostile mob is riding it, and they can spawn with husks riding them. It spawns in light levels of 0 on the surface of the desert. It will not spawn inside of caves. It doesn't burn in sunlight, as you can see. That is with or without a saddle. And it spawns with two riders. The first rider being a husk with a spear. The second rider being another new mob, which we'll jump to in a second. It does despawn like other hostile mobs, but if a player is riding it, then it is persistent and it won't despawn. And this mob's favourite food is rabbit's foot. Although you cannot breed them, they can be tempted and healed with rabbit foot. So if I quickly just damage this one, you can see I can heal it with it, but you can't breed two of them together. If I quickly just try it, you can see they will not breed. But you can tempt them with it, and they can also be put on leads, I believe. Yes, you can also lead them if you want to get them to a location. But if I go in survival mode, you can see they will not attack me, and if I punch them, they still won't attack me. Let's talk about the second mob that spawns on the back of the Camel Husk. It is called the Parched, and you can see the spawn egg right here. That looks really cool. And the Parched is a new skeleton variant for the desert biome. Once again, it spawns in light levels of 0 in desert biomes, but this time around it will replace a percentage of the normal skeletons that also spawn here. So skeletons will still be able to spawn within the desert, but some of them will be replaced with the Parched. It also does not burn in sunlight, as you can see. It also will despawn just like husks, and once again, they cannot spawn inside of caves. They'll only spawn on the surface of the desert. Now, the Poached will be aggressive by default, and they will shoot arrows of weakness. Their fire rate is also slower than normal skeletons to kind of match up with the bogged. And once again, the Parched will spawn on the back of the camel, and a husk will spawn on the front. The husk will have a spear. Here we go. I have found one that has naturally spawned, or two of them. Okay, so this one right here, you can see it is holding a iron spear. Is that, or is that a stone spear? That is a iron spear. And then you can see the Parched on the back with the bow and arrow. And we do also have another one right here, which I think this is definitely going to be very scary. Let's go in survival mode and see what happens. Okay, it does run a lot faster than I thought it would. So if it charges at me, okay, yeah, this is definitely going to be something that is hard to deal with. Although the spear is a bit quirky on them. The Husk Camel does seem to take damage to healing potions, so it is classed as a undead mob, as you can see right there. So now let's go in survival mode again. And yeah, this is definitely going to be scary. But you can see, for some reason, they just got dismounted. I think it's because this one hits them. So they got dismounted off of the mob, and you can now see they are walking around the husk with the spear. This is really cool, and once again, they should stay in the daytime if it does turn day. Now, Minecraft have also made a change to the lunge enchantment again, and they have reduced the amount of hunger it takes per enchantment. So level 1 will now consume 1 hunger point, level 2 will consume 2, and level 3 will consume 3. And this was 4, 5, and 6 beforehand. I think this is a lot better because it means that you now run out of hunger a lot slower when using it. So you can see if I jab, it still uses quite a lot, but not as much as before. They have also made another change in this snapshot, and lunging forward will now always consume 1 durability. So you can see it's currently 2027. If I lunge forward, that is now gone down to 2026. That is also, no matter what level, it will always use 1. Parrots can now mimic the sounds of zombie nautiluses, zombie horses, the Parched, and also the Camel Husk. The Nautilus and zombie Nautilus can now attack any mob that provokes them rather than just players. So if a zombie was to provoke them, they can now attack that zombie. Now, there is a change to horses, which I think is going to be really, really cool. And this is if you have a horse that is being ridden by a player, apparently they no longer sink in water. So let's quickly just try this, because this is one of the biggest issues with horses and other rideable mobs. So let's quickly just try this. If I ride this horse into this lake right here, what is going to happen? Okay, the horse is just bobbing very slowly across. It will no longer sink to the bottom of the water. This is such a good change. Although it is very slow, it's a lot better than being dismounted and having to keep jumping on the horse every few seconds to keep it afloat. And this affects horses, donkeys, mules, and camels. Now, it does seem like you can't jump when in the water, and you can also stay still. If I stay still, you can see it's just bobbing up and down. If I dismount, you can see it also doesn't sink. Now, let's quickly cover the chunks fading in, because this is a huge change. So if I go to the video settings, Minecraft have changed this menu up. So you can see there is now display, which you can see are just things to do with display. You can then see there is quality and performance, which is obviously performance related things. And then at the bottom, there is preferences. Now, there is also a new preference, and this is the chunk fade. So this is how long in seconds chunks should fade in when they're first rendered, if at all. So you can see this is set to none, and this can also be set to 2 seconds. So now I've set this to 2 seconds, let's quickly just make a new world and test this out. So I'm going to stay talking for this rendering in, so it should take 2 seconds for them to load in. And you can see it is taking roughly around that. Now if I go back here and set this to none, you can see they are loading in like before this snapshot, they just appear. Now I'm quickly jumping to the patch notes. So they've also added a new graphic option in this update, which you can see right here. And I think this is them preparing even more for the vibrant visuals. So this is a new option, improves the visual quality of blocks when viewed at a distance or an angle. But I wanted to jump to the patch notes because Minecraft have made a lot of changes to game rules. They've made it so they are now using registry keys. So for example, a lot of the names have been updated. You can see the first one, announce advancements, is now Minecraft show advancement messages. And this is changed for all of them. But let's quickly cover some of the bug fixes because they are quite good ones. First off, Minecraft have fixed the missing gaps in item models. So you can see, for example, the spear no longer has missing gaps in it. It does still have some weird effects where it kind of glows, but there will no longer be gaps in the texture. This should now apply to most item models within the game. Minecraft have also said they have fixed tridents in this update. So let's quickly just see if that means trident killers are now not possible. Because of a bug, the trident killers were possible in Java Edition for a few snapshots, and they said they have fixed the bug with them. So let's quickly just see if they have removed trident killers. So if I grab a pig and spawn the pig inside, yes, trident killers are no longer available in Java Edition. This does also mean that tridents and arrows will no longer deal a lot of damage to your shields if you block them. It is really cool to see more features for the Mounts of Mayhem, and I really do love the Camel Husk and the Parched. I think they are really good additions, and they are going to make exploring the deserts a lot better. But anyway, if you enjoyed, do like and subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys in another one very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!